One thing that's hard to decipher is exactly what's going on because um, it felt like the cops ran me off of Portland when I was there, looking into the Kyle Rittenhouse killings and the city burning down. But then I left there like right when I seen that happening. I left that area, and then like a month after that, like half the riot cops quit the squad there because there's no point to them working because they weren't allowed to do anything there. So there's no reason for them. There's no reason for cops in Portland. Portland's been taken over. Um, the people there rioting have extremely taken it over, and the citizens don't seem to mind either. Not that they're going to do anything about it. And the alt right, the Republicans aren't strong enough in Portland to take it over. They're pretty strong in Vancouver, but that's across the river. And so what they've done is they defunded the cops and they've hired personal security for the buildings. Now the personal security are the same group that the rioters and insurrectionists are. So they're obviously not going to be working for the government. You can tell by looking at them, it's like it's Epstein's brother, it's Epstein's sister. Um, so I didn't waste too much time looking into that because who knows what security guards who are hired to be law enforcement can actually do to you. They could probably do whatever they want. And so I didn't waste too much time looking at that, but just like driving through the city for a couple months and looking at the people driving the security vehicles, I could tell right away, like, these are the same people who are leading the riots. These are the same people who are leading Black Lives Matter. These are the same people leading the Nazis. These are the same people leading the Capitol insurrection. These are the same people who lead Hollywood. These are the same people who lead the internet. These are the, blah, 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 blah. So they've replaced the cops. They've defunded the cops, and they've replaced the cops with the New World Order soldiers. And we've got to use this term New World Order because they own the media, and I can't call them out directly for who they are. It's you guys know I'm not. I'm not like Alex Jones. I'm not married into their family. Even if I was, I wouldn't care if my kid was half one of them. I would, whatever. I'm not one of these pussies who like oh my God, my family, my kid, they're the one good person out of the New World Order. Like, hell no, it's not me at all. Like, I wouldn't be in this position if that were me. I'd be like, all my friends and all my ex-girlfriends have been New World Order. They look exactly like them. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, why has Black Papacy been in my life my whole life? I'd be like, oh, they're great people. Black Papacy's great people. They've been in my life my whole life. They're great people. They've been, they had orgies with me when I was a child and all this stuff. They're great people. I wouldn't even say that. Obviously, I wouldn't throw in little sarcasm bits like that if I was like, trying to care about that. But that's like a small bit of what happened. It would do no good for me to upload footage of the things I've seen because a lot of these people are geared up and more armored than the cops, so you can't really see them. But basically, they all look the same anyway. So once you've seen like one or two of them, you've seen all of them. You don't need to see like, a crowd of 1,000 of them. Once you've seen James Belushi and Howard Stern, you've seen the entire Antifa unit. Once you've seen them, you've seen the entire Nazi leader unit. I don't have to like show you videos of that. There's no me needing to. There's not going to be need for evidence when trials are held about what's going on. There's not going to be enough prisons to hold the populations if things are ever turned around. When things are turned around. So I stopped caring about gathering evidence, and I assume they've been, the other groups were watching me. That's probably half the reason why Portland, probably half their force quit is probably because they were watching my devices and stuff. And I was trying to get that early on. Like, when Laura Dunham came into my life, I assumed she was FBI and stuff. And I baited her, like, while she was in my life, I baited her to continue following me. It's like, well, you're already following me. I'm going to fucking threaten to kill you and all sorts of shit. That way you continue to put a unit on me and watch me. And it's not about watching me. It was about, like, making sure that they watch, almost protect me and stuff. So, not that I really feel protective of it. But at the same time, there's things that happen. And I can't explain what exactly happened. But it's like, I don't know how I didn't get taken in a couple times because the situation I was in, it's like, wait a minute, like, why am I surrounded by all these undercover agents right now? And then they just let me slam on the gas and drive off. But looking at the Kyle Rittenhouse story as well, they let that happen to him too. After what happened to him, they let him leave the city. They had him surrounded and they let him leave. So it's not like unheard of, I guess, for other people. But that's a whole nother story too. Looking at Kyle Rittenhouse, does anyone see, like, does he look like a Swedish person or something to you guys? Because he doesn't to me. So I'm not too sure where he gets off, like, being blamed for Nazism when he's throwing up, like, the symbols that the Nazis have. What is that called? Culturally appropriated. I mean, it's just like, I don't even know where to start, like, trying to explain some of this stuff. My best videos were probably broke. Every time I got good stuff, they sent someone into my life to break one of my devices. I'm pretty sure that was all set up. So, but like I said, at the end of the day, I felt like I didn't need evidence, and it's a matter of just understanding what's going on versus proving one 18-year-old threw a rock through a window or something like that. It's just a matter of knowing which groups are involved in it and understanding that they're all involved in it to some extent, and they're playing different roles. Controlled opposition. So, like Alex Jones, if he's not controlled opposition, then controlled opposition doesn't exist. Because, I mean, he was literally caught like 15 years ago or something saying we can't talk about certain things. And it's like, well, I guess then you can't talk about anything because just sell some tangy tangerine or something, man. But I'm pretty sure I've like dropped little bits of this here and there on purpose. And not really put it together for anyone. But if you actually go out there and get involved in this stuff, you can see more of what I'm talking about. Although the other stuff I'm seeing is something else. Like, one of the first things I started to see is how did Mayor Mike DeWine know who I was in 2019 when I came up after him? Why was he so scared of me? And why was his security team scared of me? I thought your security team and your bodyguards are there to, like, be strong and protect you, not to be scared and run away. But they acted like they knew who I was, and I didn't even understand that at that point. But the rest of the stuff, that's all theater going on. It's got to be, because those actors and those producers who attended those events weren't the only people who looked like actors and producers on the set of these events. And beyond those people, I went up to one of the dudes who looked like a producer on one of the sets of the riots, and one of the third party was like standing by, or the fourth party. I'm sorry, technically the fifth party. They're the fourth party, and like, he was like right behind the dude who looked like a producer, and I was asking the producer dude, like, what's up, like, with you standing here, like, wearing a suit and looking like a producer in the middle of this riot and stuff, and like, he looked like upset I asked that and walked away, and then but the other dude standing back there was just like, it looked way different than a producer and stuff. He looked like the traditional pictures of, like, godheads. Like, those people were showing up around events for a minute. and there was always like one of them around, or at least one, but he was just sitting around this riot area and stuff, and like, tear gas eventually was being shot, and all this loud noise and stuff, and rioters and armed police, and he's just sitting back there like he's actually the one watching over everything versus like the people who look like they might be in charge of the situation. And that's not the first time I got that feeling. That's why I began to notice this other group of individuals, and I can't help but think that they've all been like pointing out to me who they are too, especially that group. It looked very similar to the group that appeared out of the darkness in the canyon, the closed stores, when I almost wrecked and woke up at the last second. And like that group was appearing a lot that year, like around weird events and stuff. So still have hope that there's something else going on there, more than just a bunch of chaos that's about to mess everything up. But maybe chaos and messing everything up is like the answer to what's going on. Because I'll tell you, I've been sick of this stuff. Like since I don't know why I'm here. It's like the stuff I want to do, I'm always blocked from. And it's like, I guess I got to do something else in this life. I got bigger goals or something or whatever. But it's real stupid and real pointless for me. So who knows? Maybe exciting, right? Like car crashes are exciting. I've been in a few of those. They're real exciting, real fun. Don't get in a car crash every day, so not every day is exciting. I don't know. It's cool to find like pills dissolved in the bottom of champagne I'm given and stuff like that. It's cool and funny, and like makes me feel like I'm James Bond. I already felt that way, but it makes me feel more like that when I find stuff like that. And it's exciting and fun on some days, and then on other days it's not. It's just a reminder of, since I was a kid, I wanted one or two things in my life, and I'm not allowed to have that because they're supposed to be bigger and better things I'm supposed to do or whatever. It seems kind of stupid to me.